Okay, let's have a look around GB 130, which is a 1998 Land Rover Defender 90, 50th anniversary 4-litre V8 automatic, as always finished in Atlantis blue. This one is a two-owner car from new, two private owners from new, with superb history, and unusually these days it's unrestored. Never been painted. It's had a new rear cross member on it. But most of them these days have been, well, modified to a certain extent, it would appear. This one is largely original, apart from possibly the steering wheel. I think it's either the original wheel that's had the leather cover taken off of it, or it's had a replacement wheel on, I'm not quite sure. But aside from that, it still retains almost all of its original bits, like the side steps, which a lot of people like to take off. Apart from a performance exhaust system on it, or rear silencer system, it seems to be about as original as you'll find these days. We've just recently replaced the door hinges on it because they were really badly worn. So we've left the door hinges silver painted. But aside from that, it's, yeah, you'll struggle to find a more original one these days, in my opinion. But and don't be emailing me saying, oh, I've got a totally original one. I'm not interested, frankly. Anyway, unless you're selling it. Let's walk around this one. Say, finished in Atlantis blue, never been painted. Biggest issue with the paint is obviously over 21 years, the paint on the roof has lost almost all of its lacquer, and a lot of the blue has gone as well. Unfortunately, it was they were painted in the days when Land Rover didn't really know how to do metallic colours. And they all seem to lose some lacquer, but this one has lost, in 21 years of British sunshine, has lost the majority of the paint on the lacquer, certainly on the roof, and quite a bit of paint as well. Aside from that, it's actually in sort of nice original shape for a 21-year-old one. Still got its Tornado pewter alloy wheels, its side steps. It's got the extra lights on the roof and on the front bar, but I think they were probably put on when it was new. It's got the NAS spec rear step with tow pack, and so slightly bigger exhaust than standard, slightly bigger rear silencer than standard, and yeah, it's GB 130, this one. Got the safety devices front cage on it as well, as they should have. Anyway, let's walk around and pick out some good bits and some not so good bits. That's the general idea with these videos. Let's say paint is original, so there are quite a few sort of paint blemishes on it here and there. We've got some electrolytic reaction bubbling just coming up here. Apologies for the shadows, it's a very low sun today, and we will get some shadows about. I can't do a lot about that, I'm afraid, but yeah, a bit of electrolytic reaction there. There's a slight depression in the bonnet just there, another one just there which may show up on the videos. I'll move backwards and forwards. A couple of minor marks on the bonnet, but as I say, the paint is 21 years old. Carrying on round here, there's a little bit of paint loss just down here, and some sort of light scuffing just here on the near side arch lip. That's about it as far as the near side front wing goes. Up here, I'll show you the scuttle. Screen rubber looks fairly new in this one, actually. Makes a change. Down the A-post, as you can see, it's got new door hinges on it, which we decided to leave in natural silver because we would have struggled to match the paint. Now, near side door, we've got a little bit of reaction just there, and another tiny bit just up here. Near side door, we've got the skin has just popped very slightly at the back. I think that's because when it came into us, both doors were sagging quite badly, the hinges were quite badly worn, and I think the back of the door here has caught at some point on the on the checker plate, and it's just sort of ballooned the skin a little bit there. Some electrolytic reaction on the base of the door. Both doors do have rot in their lower frames, as you'd expect on a 21-year-old. Actually, this one doesn't feel too bad. The driver's one has got quite a lot of rot in the frame, but this one isn't too bad at all. Obviously, we've got new hinges on this, so there's no movement in the hinges now. Inside here, all the interior is present and correct, as I say, with the exception of the steering wheel, which it looks like it's the original one that's had the leather cover taken off. Both parts to me, but it could be just a replacement wheel. There is some wear in the centre of the wheel. Headlining towards the back, a few marks on it. I mean, this one has been used as a not exactly a working vehicle, but headlining could do with a bit of a clean. Seats, it's obviously had Exmoor trim replacement seat bases in it. On the passenger side, just the seam is starting to split along there a bit. They are the correct pattern, Rayleigh trim, and a little bit of stitching is just going a little bit there. Still got its carpets in, which is unusual, underneath the mats. Centre console and dash, it's got a later, more modern Alpine stereo system in it. It's aircon, door cards, so apologies for the low sun. Oh, let's go underneath the front of the chassis, because I forgot to do that. Let's see some of it under there, in amongst everything else. I'll just show you that back of the door skin again, just where it's ballooned up a bit. Yeah, as I say, the roof, lacquer on the roof is poor. The last time we had one of these unrestored ones in, it was exactly the same. It is a trait of this colour, I'm afraid. There is a little bit of electrolytic reaction just there, and some paint loss on the roof gutter. Whether it's had a roof rack on at some point, I don't know. Again, a bit of paint loss just there on the tub top trim, but near side rear wing actually looks to be in good order. Let's have a look underneath here. And so rear cross member has been replaced on it. A little bit of paint loss just there. Around the tail end, that's what it's like there. So some electrolytic reaction down the base of the rear body there, and again there, and some reaction on the tailgate. Yeah, it's obviously had a roof rack and a ladder on the back of it. One of the bungs is missing just there. I will have a look inside. And the low sun won't help us. Oh, forgot to get this mud off here. Apologies for that. We'll give that another clean. Tailgate bottom frame is actually fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. The door card isn't the finest. It is the original one, say 21 years old. In the back here, all the seats look to be in reasonably good shape. There is some wear on the carpet there in the centre. Looking down the offside, apart from a couple of minor dinks in the driver's door, it all looks pretty straight down there. Show you that the roof section again with the lacquer loss, and then up here a little bit of electricity reaction there. A couple of marks down there. Let's go underneath. Small bit of reaction just down there, and again there. Near side front, no, sorry, offside front door has got a couple of minor dinks in it. One just there, another one there that haven't broken the paint, but they are there. down the A-post, up around the scuttle, usual reaction around where the roll cage bolts in. Otherwise, front wing looks all right there. And then in here, and we'll go back to inside on the driver's side. Driver's door card. Maybe can't see it very well because of the sun. And as I say, the driver's door has got the bottom frame is not brilliant on it. It's fair to say it is rusting. Door isn't dropping though because it's got new hinges on it. Driver's seat, a couple of pulled threads just there. Again, Exmoor trim, replacement seat covers. Dash is all as it should be. So I think there we have it. Very, very original 50th, and only 2 owners from new. My name is Simon. You can reach me in the office on 0118 907 1495. We can go to our website, which is www.motodrome.co.uk for any further info. End.